Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and I'm doing the Arraxor guide now, which I'm showing you. I've got most of the content recorded, so I'm just going to show you the gear setup. So if you look up here under the backpack, make sure you take a Supreme Overload or normal overload works, renewal or a holy overload, adrenaline flask, restore potions obviously, Cyadamin brews, and Araxite pheromone. There's two things it does. It's got a one-time use, and this will obviously remove it, of reducing Araxi's rage, which will be explained towards the end, back down to 0, allowing you to do another 5 to 10 kills after that. And you've also got the max cape for me for teleporting. You probably want to put food there. Now for quick prayers or curses, I've got Anguish, I've got Protect Mage, and I've got the backpack. So obviously I don't want to lose 25% charge on unrepairable gear. So as you can see here, I've got max DPS excluding the ring and the vigor. Now that's only because these are more valuable during the fight, so I don't have to keep looking at my prayer and recharging it, and looking at my thresholds and obviously losing 25% adrenaline gain per usage. So without further ado, let's get on with the kill. So this is phase 1 of Arraxor. Well, to get in you just got to click the web and then, well, click the path you want to do. Now with 4 days the path will change, so go on the RuneScape wiki, type in Arraxor and it will tell you what paths are open. You've only got 1 and 3. Now on this bit of the video I burned down phase 2, but I am going to start with path 1. So as you can see here, Araxor's legs are blue as opposed to red or green, which signifies using mage. Obviously red is melee and green is ranged. Now the first attack you just saw is me being put into a spider web, and it does deal damage from 200 on your first kill of the day. It goes up to about 550, and that's only because I've only managed to get to 10 kills max from, well, consecutive. Now what you can see here is Arraxor has coated himself in a spider web and he heals 1000 5 times. To, well, reduce that, all you've got to do is use fragmentation shot. You will get about 250 damage reduced back to you, but at the same time it stops him from healing, so if you've made a little bit of progress or a lot of progress towards him, it just makes it that much quicker to kill him. That attack you see there is a swipe. He would normally drag you towards him and do damage between 1000 and 5000, if not more, depending on how enraged he is. Now to avoid doing that, every 5 hits, as you can see there, you should really be using Anticipate or Freedom. That's why they're 3 and 4 in my bar. Obviously I forgot to do it there, and he did 6 damage via the spiderweb rather than 2. Now the strategy you want to use throughout all of this kill is using Death Swiftness, because as long as you're standing in there it does a hell of a lot of damage more than obviously standing out, and use your thresholds, or if you can get it up quick enough you want to use Unload. This is because if you use the thresholds and you use the double shot ability as well as the rapid shot and snipe, you're going to hit him about 30,000. Well, obviously it all depends on how lucky you are, but 9 times out of 10 you will hit about 30,000. The hits you saw me doing there with Unload are without Death's, well, Swiftness, and I was hitting 4,000 3 times and 2,000 once. So imagine the 200% increase that you get while sitting in there. Now the aim of phase 1 is to bring his health down to as low as possible. Don't get it below 0 because it will just get healed 5,000 more by the minions above. So once you've done that, you will progress onto the next phase, which will be phase 1. Now we move on to the first path of 3, or known as phase 2. Now what you want to do is get Arraxor midway to 3/4 of the way through this little side bridge that you've got here, just so that his minions do start to spawn. The attack you just saw is Arraxor spawning 3 eggs and a fireball shot at you. The fireball, as long as you stand in between each 3 of the eggs, well, will blow up the eggs and do reduced damage to you. Now there are 5, or if not 6, different minions that can be spawned by Arraxor: the highly acidic spider, pulsing spider, mirrorback spider, bladed spider, and spitting spider. Now the 2 you really want to focus on first are the mirrorback and pulsing spiders. This is because the mirrorback spider will shoot a lot of your damage back towards you. So if you hit him for say 2,000, you'll get about 2,200, if not more, shot back at you depending on the rage level. Now the pulsing spider heals Arraxor for 5,000 HP every 3 or 4 seconds. So as you know, you want to get rid of him by using probably double bladed shot. Now, so far, the maximum encounter of minions I've had is about 20 minions from Arraxor, so I think that is the max he can spawn. So once you've dealt with all of them on the bridge, the aim is to get his health low one more time, just so that when you go into the next phase, the spiders above will run out of energy, which basically means they can't heal him. If you don't do that and you just run through to the third phase, you'll have the minions following you, and you'll also have about 100,000 extra damage to deal to Arraxor. And that can be problematic due to the highly acidic spider. He's got two versions of them, and I will explain them to you in the next one, but long story short, one can do a one-hit kill on you. So this is path 2. The aim of path 2 is to use the acid pool to melt down the platform to get to phase 3. So to do that, you'll see the green bar pop up now. You need to fill it up to the top. Now the bar doesn't work properly, so don't worry about that. It will fill up to about a quarter, maybe a half if you're lucky, and you'll know that Arraxor is on 100% acid. You then run to the top of the platform, as you can see me doing. Run, and as you can see, the platform has now got green splodges on it, which is the acid melting it slowly. Now, a new attack that you will see from this phase, well, this path, from phase 2, only on this path, is that the bomb spider will pop up. It will be the spider with the timer coming over its head, which you should see any minute now. If it touches you, you're dead. There you go, it's chasing me now. It explodes under Arraxor, everything's fine. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't do any damage to Arraxor if it explodes underneath it, but hey ho, life isn't fair. So, as I said, if that touches you, you're dead. So make sure you've got a sign of life or a sign of death, or you're very quick to see Arraxor smash the ground with melee. Bear in mind, he will be using magic against you, so it's easy to see, as you just saw there. And that little green eerie light coming out of the ground, like a little portal, is the new spider trying to hit you. Now, what you'll also want to do on this phase is get Arraxor's health low again, so that on the next phase, he only hits you, well, he's only got 100k HP for you to just quickly smash through. Now, the quickest I've ever done it in is 2 minutes. That's not the whole kill, that's just that phase. And that gets you to Araxi pretty easily. Now, this is path 3. It's also my favourite path because there's, well, one less time where you have to get Arraxor's health back down to 0, or 1k, sorry. Now, the reason, well, what you have to do here to survive is run into the beams of light, sit there for a little while. If you see the spider egg attack spawn, run into the middle of the eggs, boom, done. Now, the reason why you want to sit in the light is because if you don't, damage, there is a cap on the damage, but it will continuously go up to that cap. That's all dependent on Araxi's rage. Once you get to about 200% rage, he will hit you for 750 to 1000. It all depends on the, well, the actual rotation itself. Now, the last bit of this, as you can see there, Arraxor is preparing for a charge, is a keyboard integration into the game. What you need to do is use the left, up, down and right keys to navigate where your character is going to jump. As you can see here, Arraxor's legs were on the right, swinging to the left, so you need to hit the right. Arraxor's legs go to the bottom, facing upwards, you need to go to the bottom. If they face upwards going down, it's up, and if it's left going right, you do left. Now you do that twice successfully, then the wall breaks down and you move on to phase 4, and all you have to do then is just get Arraxor's health back down one more time. If you do it partially successfully, you will get hit and it will do some damage to the wall, so it's 52% for every success, 25% for every partial success. If you fail, what will end up happening is, well, the wall doesn't go down and you have to take even more damage when the light pillars fall, as well as damage from the normal attacks and damage from, well, killing the spider eggs. So just make sure you get it right. It'll take a few practice times, but it's easy enough to do once you get the hang of it. So let's move on to phase 4. Now we move on to phase 4. Now the only difference between phase 4 and phase 1 are the 3 icons above Arraxor at the moment. Pink represents how much health the minions have left to heal Arraxor. Green is how much acid is left in the pool, and red is obviously the rage meter, as explained before. Now, if you've taken path 1 or 3, there will still be 100% acid in the pool. Now, to help get that down, Arraxor will spawn 4 acidic minions that will heal him for about 5,000 each time he ingests them. Now, to get him to ingest them, you click it, and it will give you the option to lure it, and you run underneath Arraxor. As long as the spider goes within, I think it's a 2 square radius of him, it should, and I mean should, eat him. Sometimes you do have to make him run directly underneath him. Now, what makes phase 4 a bit harder than phase 1 is the fact that you do get the green spider, or the green bomb spider spawn. That obviously is a bit problematic, but it's a quick enough phase to get through. It takes about 2 minutes if you use obviously your ultimates correctly, and if you use your, well, thresholds correctly. So just do what you did in phase 1, get his health down, and you'll come to a cutscene that will cause Arraxor to jump over and get eaten by Araxi. This is phase 5, also known as Araxi. What Araxi does, like most females, is eat and pry upon the weak men. Now, it does exactly the same attacks as Arraxor does, only hits a lot harder and it's more concurrent with the rage meter that it's got above. If Arraxor's rage is a lot higher, then you're in for a treat because it can hit you up to 3,000 per normal hit, so you'll enjoy spam clicking that food. Now, the trick with Arraxor is to get your ultimate ability, Death Swiftness, use your Adrenaline Flask. Make sure you get your adrenaline all the way back up with about 10 seconds to spare, use unload, and it will basically get Arraxor down to about 10k if not less HP, so that when that little bouncing acidic spawn gets you, it will only get you once and that's it. The trick with the acidic spawn is let it bounce around 3 times, let it hit you, click away once and it will bounce around 3 to 4 times more. This obviously gives you 3 attempts to hit him and a good chance to heal up. So as you see, Arraxor's about to die, in which she will heal over to the left or the right, whichever one it feels, and you can then search and get loot. On this loot I got Sirenic Scales. Bit further on you will see me get my lovely little Arraxor eye, which is coming up now. So guys, if you did like this video, please leave a like, subscribe and comment. If it was bad, comment, because I need to know how to improve. And, well, yeah, stay tuned for more, and if you have any more boss guides, minigame guides, or any other type of guides you want, please let me know, as I'm actually running out of ideas. Thanks guys, take it easy, and I hope you enjoyed the guide. Bye!